What is going on, everybody? Mr. Ladd over here. Thank you all to my subscribers. Thank you for all those who put input into the Mr. Ladd community. I value and love you all tremendously. Let's get to this. So, this video is part 2 of how to do a basic detail. A couple weeks ago, I released a video where I did a basic detail. I believe it was on a Toyota Highlander. You saw me go around the vehicle. I foamed it down, did the wheels, tires, went over at Beadmaker since it was a white car. And it was just a basic exterior detail for a maintenance client or even your own car if you just kind of keep up with your own vehicle. This video is going to be how to assess the interiors in situations like this. So I'm working on a 2006 Chrysler 300. Now, why did I choose this vehicle out of all the cars I detail? Why did I choose this one to actually do the video? Well, if you notice, there's a lot of flat surfaces, so it makes it really easy for me to be able to, it's actually probably my favorite vehicle to maintain because it's actually so easy. The dash is so easy to get to. It's not awkward to get the inside of the windows. Everything is just so conveniently set up to where there is no awkward angles. It's just very easy to work with. And so my first time filming a interior detail, I wanted to do something that might be set up a little bit more appropriate and less cumbersome. So I went ahead and I did that with this video. So very simple, guys. This is, if you're doing your own vehicle, this is a great how-to as far as just how someone else goes through a vehicle. If you're looking to start a business, or if you have a business and you're working and you feel like you're spending 3 hours on a vehicle and you just don't know why, maybe this video is going to be a little bit beneficial to you to being a little bit more profitable and getting the job done with, us detailers. The problem is that we're so detail orientated. We see one speck of dust, we're like, oh, we got to get that one speck of dust. Well, one speck of dust and then another one falls, got to get that, and it's just a never-ending cycle, and it never ends, guys. So something like this is very, very simple. My most important tool that I have on me is obviously my vacuum cleaner. You cannot do a detail without picking up the dirt off the carpet, seats, and even the doors. Now, my second most important tool that you guys already saw me use is my soft bristle brush. Now, I don't have a specific company that I go to. This one is a SM Arnold one. It's just local. I got it for $4 at the place by me. I would love to buy some and offer them to you guys, but I'm not an SM Arnold distributor. So find one of them, find an SM Arnold distributor, and you'll be able to get it through there. A lot of detail supply stores distribute their products, though, as well as High Tech and all these other companies. But I love the brush because it gets in the crevices, the creases and the cracks within the panels and within the seats and everything, cup holders and all that. It really gets in there well, and it loosens it up without grabbing onto it and getting it all stuck inside the brush. So that's why you see me following up with the vacuum cleaner, because as I brush it, it gets loose, and then the vacuum picks up what was just loosened. And so it really makes my life a lot easier. And the interesting thing is with these seats in this Chrysler 300, this is obviously supposed to be a leather. They probably market the seats as leather seats, but these are vinyl. And, there's that clear-coated leather that we call vinyl, and then there's this is basically the same as boat interior seats. Like literally, if you were to touch it, feel it, poke around at it, you can tell that is vinyl. And so it's actually very easy to maintain. And I wish that all seats were like this, but obviously people like plush leather as well. And so, I've got a client where I detail his Porsche Macan, and he loves his leather the way it is. I offer to put leather conditioners on there. He says, do not touch my leather with anything but water and a vacuum cleaner. I said, no problem at all. That's quite all right. So, you have some very particular clients, but the leather feels wonderful. There's my bald head looking great, making a face for the camera. Now, what you see me spraying, I know it's inside of a 3D spray detailer bottle. I just use this bottle because it's convenient. I'm actually using Technician's Choice, TEC, whatever the number is. It's the ceramic detail spray. I'm going at it full strength, makes my job easy. It's picking up whatever dust and dirt that the brush did not loosen up, allowing the vacuum to pick up. This car is very well maintained. I see it every 2 weeks. It's not hard to do at all, but the Technician's Choice really works well. And since this clear coated vinyl, since it's kind of a harder texture, it really reacts quite well to the Technician's Choice, to where it almost feels like I am waxing a vehicle. It feels like I'm actually applying it to the paint of the vehicle. And so it has a very smooth, slick feel under the rag. And so for this car, it really works well. It doesn't work well for all cars, but it does for this one. So if you have interior like that, Technician's Choice can be a good pick for you. Now, you see right there, as I'm just kind of going around the steering wheel, the air vents. This brush works like a dream with the air vents. Now, you're going to see me do a little trick soon, and what I do is I take the vacuum up to the brush, and what I'm doing is I'm actually kind of vacuuming out any bit of dirt that might be stuck, or dust that might get stuck inside of the bristles of the brush, because that does happen. That's just the way it is. The brush is picking up stuff. It's picking up items and particles, so eventually it can get stuck inside of there. So what I do is I vacuum out the bristles periodically every so often, and it kind of cleans out the brush for me. Now, I leave it as my dry brush. I do not introduce it to moisture because I do not want it to get clumpy, and I don't want it to get wet, or kind of I don't want clusters of fibers to build up, so where it's harder to work. And this brush has worked very well for me in that area. But going around the steering wheel with Technician's Choice and out the door, I'm telling you guys, Technician's Choice is one of my go-to products now. I've really taken on to it. I know Beadmaker has a big name in the community, and people were raving about it. But once the summer months hit and people started realizing Beadmaker actually is pretty horrible with streaking in hot, humid environments, this product has really came forward. And I guess if I can go ahead and say this now, Technician's Choice is my go-to, but there's still some environments where Technician's Choice may not be the most appropriate. If I still find Technician's Choice is still a little cumbersome, which it hardly is ever, but there are still those rare cases where it's just completely baked paint on a flat black paint, even no metallic flakes in it, then I do keep a bottle of Turtle Wax ice spray wax on hand just for cases like that, because it does work well. But it's very, very, very seldom that you see a matte black car nowadays. Everybody's metallic, at least on a higher end vehicle. You see it every once in a while, but I do keep a bottle of ice spray wax. Now, this carpet was a bit of an issue to vacuum out. So my client, this is actually my client's a female, and so she wears high heels a lot, and so her heel has dug into the carpet to where the point now it is ripped through the floor mat. Actually, probably I'm thinking about getting her a set of carpets, just because her and her husband have been a long time client. I'll talk more about them. They're actually great people, and I really do respect them tremendously, and I'll open up more about my relationship with them in the future. But her heel has dug into the actual carpet, and that has caused there to be issues. So not only that, though, but there was a time when there was an AC leak, and I believe that the AC leaked into the bottom carpet under the floor mat. So you have the hole from the heel, you have the AC leak, and so all these problems just accumulate. And so I had some sticks there. It was just an issue to vacuum up there, but that was literally the hardest part of the vehicle, which was nothing in comparison to some of the other vehicles I see. This is, like I said, this is my favorite car to detail just because of how well it's maintained. And so now I'm just touching I think, what do we got going on here? Am I just doing the last part? Yeah, I'm doing the last seat with the Technician's Choice, and we're about to finish this thing up. That's how quick this is, guys. I mean, that's how quick you can get through this. You can literally detail a car in an hour. If you're taking 3 hours to do a car, guys, you're not being profitable unless they're paying for it. If you're charging a 150, 200 for a car, that's different. But if you're not, then learn how to do it the quick way, or the profitable way. That's the better wording. got the umbrella there. But guys, this is the finished product. I did technician's choice on the outside, sprayed the wheels down with Shine All from PNS. Love that tire shine. And here we have it, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this voiceover. If you have any questions, if there's anything you would like to know in the future, feel free to ask. Feel free to let me know. Guys, thank you for everything. Love you all. Take care.